said nothing is fresh is the best is. Whoever than himself, he the best is impressive. I ain't rhyming any beat like Andre back in 96. The beat he in the streets earbuds. Fuck the beats and be cursing like a sailor. I so I will be writing grander. For those they give you remember the Titans have blood like Perseus. Uncle Tom is like a white man. Stay about his money. Let me in the ear like he's Tyson. And I hear he late back got his feet up when he rap. Making the traffic stand still. They freeze when he say action. Small fraction might walk away simply cause of distraction. But always getting back. I think it's cause I'm so attractive. The attractions in my trapping. Roll over to the masters on my Oscar de la Renta dough. Get with the classics. It's on your downfall. Make a beat to go and match it. I take a seat and relax. Scratch the beat and keep rapping.
Different world. Ooh. And where you come, different world. Ooh. And where you come, different world. Ooh. And where you come from. The city is not, yeah.
A chef on the glass, work on the plate, show my ass. Got the skills to pay the bills, but expensive taste make waste haste to your face. And baby, take this crème fresh to your face. Won't not like that, gotta make sure it's seasoned right. You ever served 160 within a 300? See humanity testing your sanity. After you were dropping a hole, no like, no more fight. But that get that time, you must do the crime. After 12, we feel one. Say stories to tell about going through hell. How you almost fell, how you messed up that VIP's Quinnell. This life in the kids, so you got a quick glimpse of what it means to hustle, bustle through our eye muscle. It's crazy, it's crazy. This profession's not for the lazy, cause it's a
different world. Ooh. And where you come, different world. Ooh. And where you come, different world. Ooh. And where you come from. The city is not, yeah. Here's our chance to make it. Hey, and if we fall less on our goal, you can dish out, we can take care. Hey, just remember that you and
It's a different world, man, I'm on some different shit. 250 nowadays for a pair of kicks. I remember when James was like $130, but the rock what I got in my stock, you're unworthy. Phone posits on my feet, never laced up. Phone posits on my feet with the fresh cut. Cargoes with the dope t-shirt to match. Wait a minute, hold on, let me check the back of the trunk. Pull them sixes out, feeling like Ron and Dwayne, feeling fresh in this game like a champ. Got them Jeremy Scotts on the feet with the wings. I'm fly above means, above all, just to get fresh like I get in these kicks. You gotta stand in line overnight, wait for these shits camp out. Had these for 3 weeks before they even came out. It's a
different world. Ooh. And where you come, different world. Ooh. And where you come, different world. Ooh. And where you come from. The city is not, yeah. Here's our chance to make it. Hey, and if we fall less on our goal, you can dish out, we can take care. Hey, just remember that you and it's a different world. It's a different world. It's a different world. It's a different world. Where you come from. Ooh, and where you come from.
Yo. I'm trying to sound black, but I am black. If y'all was there, y'all know what I'm talking about. Hey, y'all, gravity. Any day above ground, live it. It's Friday. It's a beautiful day out here. You know what? I'm gonna be nice. I'm finna show y'all. Hang on. I'm gonna show y'all how beautiful this day is. I hope I don't break this motherfucker. Hang on. I'm fixing to show y'all. This is how we're looking in Atlanta right now. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Kind of wish you was down here, right? Hell no. I don't want to see none of you. I'm just playing. I love every single one of y'all. Let me turn the camera back off. All right, folks. I'm going to turn the camera back on soon. But I appreciate everyone coming in today. The long-awaited white supremacy chart. Now, I designed it a certain way to engage conversation, folks. I did it that way because I feel as though there's some input somewhere, and especially with the people that have been really studying white supremacy longer than me. That was my kid. We may have different ideas of how white supremacy looks. But like I said, before we start, folks, we've got to do some quick news. Quick news. Now, apparently the race soldiers down in Texas had a press conference and they outlined what happened. I don't believe none of them. I think something a little fishy about that whole story, but I'm still doing more research. And I think maybe next week once I compile everything, we'll do an in-depth look into that situation. Of course, YouTube, no videos because, God forbid I show the guy driving his truck to the scene. Y'all flag my video down. We're not going to do this again. But folks, if y'all are online on the Twitter, the Kid Gravity, check that out. Brother Nas Escobar 316 came in with the exclusive. He retweeted WMBF News over there in Texas. How they call it? God bless Texas. That what they call it? Yeah, folks. They interviewed the scumbag's mom. Yes, Salvador Ramos' mom. She had to tell her side of the story, folk. You know she did. Let's hear what Salvador Ramos' mama had to say. Now remember, her daddy allegedly bought him the AR-15. Allegedly. But let's hear what Salvador Ramos' mama had to say.
I have no words. I have no words to say. I don't know what he was thinking. He had his reasons for doing what he did, and please don't judge him. I only want the innocent children who died to forgive me.
What do you tell their families?
Forgive me. Forgive my son. I know he had his reasons.
What reasons could he have had?
To get closer to those children, instead of paying attention to the other bad things. I have no words. I don't know.
Right. You have no words. And they always come outside. Beatzilla says, first comment of the day, are these people legal citizens? I am hearing rumors that a lot of them weren't. That's what I'm hearing. I heard that from conspiracy theorists, but I've also heard that from a couple of news sites. They're saying that a lot of those kids, they might be anchor babies and the parents might still be illegal. Again, I'm still doing research, so I'm not going to put anything definitive out there. Nothing definitive. But, sorry, folks, I'm just doing something. Hey, Black Alpha, I'm sending over that file right now. If anybody wants to check out what happened the night before. Yeah, the night before when Black Alpha had his space. Go on Twitter after this. Listen to a little bit of it first and then go see Torian's video, his live stream. I'm going to head over there as well, but I'm sure by tomorrow or tonight he'll have his live stream up of that. But yeah, folks, this is going to be fun. Oh yeah, Beezilla, I know AOC finna come outside very soon. She's going to travel down there and she's going to speak Spanish. While eating plantains and her R's. Yeah, that's coming. We know this. But, folks, one more little piece of business. So, like I said, for June, folks, we're doing on this platform, we're doing positive content all month. And I finally figured out what I'm going to do. Except for June 19th. June 19th is going to be what I call Yin Yang Day. Not to use an Asian thing, but this is going to be Yin Yang. Sorry. And the chicken too. So all month I'm going to be spotlighting, the great inventors, the great cultural leaders, things of that nature. That's what I'm going to do all month, a video a day. It's going to be some research involved, but I'm going to have fun with that. June 19th, I need the fellas that have kids. I need you on a panel that day when I get home. It's going to be a late night panel, probably like 8 o'clock. I want the fellas with kids on. I want the world to see black men with kids hashing out and telling, great stories about their kids. Because, black fathers get a bad rap. They do get a bad rap. Well, you mean the rap duo? What rap duo? Beazilla, you got to explain that. I'm sorry. I wasn't looking at the chat. My bad. But, yeah. I want to have black fathers on there. That's going to be after I destroy Opal Lee for what she's allowed to go on with this Juneteenth and how, the dominant society has been able to co-opt it. So that's why I said it's going to be Yin Yang Day. That's probably, the Yin Yang twins, shout out to them. That's going to be the one day out of the month where I'm going to be negative. Harshly negative. But yeah, I got to get her, because that what she did was not cool. What they call it, that's some stupid shit that she should not do. Because you sold out black folks for a pen and some recognition. Not cool. What I call this? Black Alpha Network Space. Yeah, not cool. But I know y'all ready. Y'all ready? Yeah, y'all ready. I'm just setting it up, folks. Just give me a second. You know what? While I'm setting that up, give me 2 minutes. Sorry about that. It was computer being a little slow. Give me 2 minutes, and then we'll get started. So listen to this. This song is also on my album, I Don't Want to Deal, and it's available anywhere you can get your ratchet music. So support the channel by buying the album. It's only $6. And if you Negroes can order weed, you can order my CD, MP3s, whatever it is, M4As. You can put it on your phone.
I know my parents loved me.
Flow Revere.
Life a series of swerves, so you gotta start to stack up your chips for those eventual heights and falls. Notice I said falls like 3 or 12. Let's delve into the basis of things that we face on the pace with economic, social plights. We're in a dog fight, living in a mind cage. I fight for life, that's right. It's not easy climbing ladders of adulthood within a country that's in a dull mood. You can die without food or through the wrong clue. True Jackson, this not the Disney scene, shit's me. We cry for those who fat cat while we scream and make a scene. So we go ahead and create a super team to gain a win off the back of sin. Walk a mile in a moccasin, so they can't bully moccasin into your kin like children. But I can't have that unwanted subscription. I only subscribe to get dreams off aspirations. For those I say,
I can go anywhere. For I can be anything. I can go anywhere. For I can be anything.
before the continue, insert coin. Back to split, legging hits to the groin. Live in Mortal Kombat versus Shao Kahn. Resemble dad and mom just to face my fear. I had not to care to conquer life. Needed balls, bollocks, cojones to embrace aloneness. Hearing your life's less made my decisions lifeless, but I digress. You 90s rulers of life a mess by your behest. We do all what you say for a quest. Intention the best creates intended tension. Thinking there's secrets in the Snowden. Mad after facts out and about, so we spout hate to what we create. An endless cycle, the fate we articulate, capitulate.
capitulate. Forward checkmate on a checkerboard. Rise on a ripcord to see pots, pans, looking up for fellow follow fans who sing praise and worship under all. But we can't have that unwanted subscription. We only subscribe to accomplish aspirations for those we say.
I can go anywhere. I can be anything. I can go anywhere. I can be anything.
There it is, folks. There it is. We gonna get started. Let me see something. Okay. Yeah. Actually, yeah, that's fine. Yes, folks. Now, I've been thinking about doing this idea for a while. And I spent yesterday, after I finalized, moved it around the drafts and everything. Now, I think I figured out where everything goes. Now, I didn't get too intricate with it. I could have, but I think I'll probably do that down the road. But it's so vast what white supremacy is that it would take so much research and so much copy and pasting and pinning just so it can look complete. So I said, let me just do a crude version of it. And then later on, if I want to do it, I'll do it more in depth. But yes, this is my presentation, folks. This is called White Supremacy, How It Would Look on a Human Body. Because we all know white supremacy has many layers, but it's also has a hierarchy. So let's begin. Now, I skipped defining white supremacy because everybody in this room knows what white supremacy is. Even you white boys that are going to show up later because I have white supremacy in the title. Y'all going to show up later and you tell me that white supremacy don't exist and we got to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps. And I'm glad you said that because them same bootstraps going to end up in your anus. Pause. But let's begin, folks. Now, like I said, it's going to be crude, very crude. I could have used they had a more intricate one with all the veins and everything, but I was like, nah. I think this way it'll be a lot easier to show you. Because then you're going to be like, oh, what about that muscle? Because, all you Doogie Howser motherfuckers in this room going to start asking questions. But yes, this is the subject. And I just found it funny that they had a white outline, which was perfect. I could have changed it to black and white, but we've seen enough of those from our fallen brothers and sisters. But let's keep going. So we'll begin with the head and the neck. Basically, where your brain is. Where your eyes and everything are. So I said the head and neck. The head of white supremacy are the elite class. The celebrities, the masters and their puppets. The puppeteers and the puppets. The politicians, the influencers, etc. We all know, especially in this global white supremacy, you ain't got some money, you're not influencing a thing. You're not making things shake. BLM does not become a global empire unless the sorry man pumps $33 million into it. Politicians are the biggest collaborators of white supremacy because they do everything for everybody else. But when it comes to us, they do nothing except offer handshakes, hugs, and heaping bowls of BS. The influencers are those idiots on social media that we like to follow. And we think they're with us, but then they say something out of line. Looking at you, B. Simone. Looking at you, Uncle Luke. Looking at you, Fat Boy Roland Martin. You all like to run outside and tell us, forgive, forgive, forgive. But then when we don't want to forgive, you're saying we're doing too much. How can you accept this? I can't believe you guys are actually trying to buck the system. You be like Jim Clyburn. Why y'all keep effing with me? That shall go down as one of the greatest quotes of 2022. Why y'all keep effing with me? I shall cut that up and use it. But we know this, folks. We know this. What Torian Rain said. Torian always got it good. Brother Torian Rain said, Rolly can't run, he could waddle, though. Shit. No, see, Torian, when he waddled, that was because he had on the ascot. Now that he wearing them fake old dashikis, he could run again. The dashikis keep him on balance. So when he get to running, cause we know he only run when there's a photo op with a dude in a Speedo. That's the only time he run. He want to run to make sure he in the shot. Well, we're not gonna go there. Not today. He's too easy a target. Way too easy. Chubber Lang. That's what we're gonna call him. He's not Roland Martin no more. We're gonna call him Chubber Lang. But let's continue. Now we go down to the neck. You know, shout out to the rednecks. Y'all are needed in this world. Shout out to y'all. But for this chart, I said the redneck. I'm sorry, the neck is the legacy media and approved non-white media, which is also Roland. Because Roland wishes he could get to the head. He stays at the neck. He could have been in the head, but then he did that fake wobble with Hillary Clinton. Would look like a Bojangle dance, but you know, such as it is. He wants to be where Abby Phillip was. Brother, you need to print this work. Black Alpha, when I set this up and I get it really set up, this is going on one of my many t-shirts that I'm designing. I'm going to sell this. But like I said, if you guys want this, it's a PowerPoint demonstration, just hit me up. I will link it to you and you guys can use it on your show, use it to people. Just know where you got it from. Don't make me F around and put my watermark on it, but I know how y'all are. But I trust y'all. But yes, your legacy media, improved non-white media, that goes all the way down to y'all's Fox News. That goes all the way down to y'all's CNN, MSNBC, MSDNC, whatever you want to call it, Newsmax, OAN. Just because they're conservative does not mean that they're not part of this. They're part of white supremacy, because we know damn well. And Fox News stooged themselves off. They ruined it for everybody, because now they stooged themselves off by mentioning Chicago with this Uvalde shooting. And people came for their necks. And then you got the white conservatives trying to supremacy-splain it. And it did not go well. And then, you know, their puppets, the black conservatives, which y'all will see later, they tried to explain it as well, and they got destroyed. So, yeah, they're part of this. And we all know who the non-white media is. That's your Black News channel. That's Roland's channel. Joe Madison. Lord have mercy. Joe Madison. Sir, you done popped up on my radar, and that's not a good look for you. That's not a good look for you. Because the way you be cussing on your show, nah, sir. Nah, that's not how you do it. What Brother Torian said. They love mentioning Chicago. I love seeing Fox News gang themselves. Oh, man, Torian's been on fire with the jokes lately, folks. It must be a DMV thing. I can't roast that quick. But it's all good. But yes, so that is your presentation of the head and neck. Again, it's the elites, which include the celebrities, the politicians, the influencers, and all their minions. And the neck is your legacy media and your approved non-white media. Because, of course, you know, the new black media can never be part of white supremacy. We are the antithesis. We are Michael Knight and Garth Knight. That's what we are. We cannot coexist. How Garth said it, for white supremacy, the new black media is a living, breathing insult to their existence. But let's continue, folks. Let's continue. Here we are, folks. This one is going to cause some controversy. I already know it. Based off the title alone, it's going to cause controversy. B1 sisters, you are not included in this. But I again, y'all know I did that 3-hour stream when I told y'all got to call this stuff out. Send this to them off-code sisters, and y'all need to have a summit. Go outside with them and tell them, not cool. Can't do this. Present this to them. Talk in black female code speak. Maybe they'll understand it. But let's go over it. So this is the right hand of white supremacy. I have to give him the shout out because he started it. Sotomayor, we got to give him he's the one that coined the black women the right hand of white supremacy. But I remixed it by saying off-code black women because we're not going to generalize on this. We're going to be very specific when we do these 6 areas because I have 6. We all have heard through life, folks, that black woman is the backbone of the black community. Brother Malcolm has said the most disrespected person in America is the black woman. And like I've told y'all before, if he was still alive today and he said that, I would raise my hand in respect and say, Brother Malcolm, I respect you, but I have to push back on you. I believe it's the black child. Because if you disrespect the black child, they're going to grow up into a disrespected adult, and they are going to continue that cycle. But we can have that conversation. Unfortunately, Brother Malcolm's not here, but, anytime I hear somebody say that about our women, I push back on it. But that's just me. But let's go. So I said the thumb of white supremacy is the female rapper. And I said it's the female rapper because we all know the thumb is the sign of approval. So whatever the female rapper puts out there and it gets mountains and mountains of attention, that is considered accepted by our women. Not all, of course. The B1s have a very good filter system. But for the mainstream black woman, anytime one of our female rappers, I could even add the new age R&B singers. Some of them are off code as well. But we're going to mainly leave it to the rappers. The rappers do and say and articulate things that do not gel with the overall message of black empowerment. We know this. But they thumbs up white supremacy. White supremacy loves this. They love the degeneracy. The degeneracy makes them money. So that's why I said the female rappers are the thumb of right thumb of white supremacy. We move on to the index finger. The uninformed black woman. The uninformed black woman is a woman who does not take time to research things. She allows people to tell her things, basically interpret it the way they want to interpret it. And then they feed her that information and then she regurgitates it. Doesn't look it up, doesn't do her due diligence to make sure that what she's being told is accurate. And then she disseminates it to everybody else. And then it becomes fact. And then when someone debunks it, then it becomes an issue. The index finger, we all know, is also the trigger finger. And we know the trigger finger is used to, shoot. And using that trigger finger, that uninformed black woman could basically take out a major portion of what we need in this war against white supremacy, and that's accurate information. Especially since they feel like their voices are marginalized. We've seen them come and go, folks. We've all seen them. They say good things and then they start messing up and doing bad things, giving out bad faith information. But we're already too deep into it. We've got to cure that. But I want you guys to recognize that it's out there. Now we get to everyone's favorite, the middle finger, the black feminists. Your Feminista Jones, if you will. Jamila LaPuke. Angela Davis. Oh, yes, I'm going there, folks. She can also be part of the ring finger, but we're going to leave Angela Davis with the feminists. The black feminist is one of the major plagues in our community. We know this. They work hand in hand with them swirlers, who we will mention next, to destabilize the black family and destabilize the black community because they want white acceptance. And credit to us in the new black media and B1 for fighting a lot of them off the block. Like, Feminista Jones is irrelevant. Jamila LaPuke, irrelevant. And those two were the major feminists. Now, Jamel Hill, she's trying to fancy herself a major feminist, but she got ran off the block. So we got to continue that. We got to make sure the middle finger does not hinder us from moving forward. Then we get to the ring finger swirlers. Now, I contemplated making black women the left hand of white supremacy because I wanted to add the swirlers into it because they want to be married to white supremacy. But I think it'd be easier to say the right hand ring finger is swirlers because they do everything backwards. They really think white men love them like that. Now, I'm not saying there isn't any white boys that love them like that, but white supremacy as a whole uses swirlers and divestors to inject poison into the black community, especially our young black girls. They use irrelevant talking points, irrelevant stats, and also sow dysfunction in black children, including our sons. And I think with the sons, they don't even know they're doing it. Because when you're being angry, you're being, vicious towards your son. He sees that. He doesn't know any better. If he doesn't see another example of a black woman working with a black man, cooperating, he's going to feel like black women are all like that. And he's going to take that attitude into the world. And we know what's going to happen. He gets the Beckys, he gets the Linglings, he gets the Rosalitas. And then the swirlers come outside and say, oh, there go another one. Look what they're doing with LeBron James' son now. But that's them. Now, everyone's hated the pinky finger. You know, the symbol of what they call it, the monarchy. when they drink out of their teacups and they hold their pinky out. The sign of the boule. The black conservatives. They want to be white supremacy's pinky finger. They want to be the ones to thumb their nose at us. They think they know everything. White supremacy has somewhat accepted them, so they feel like they could talk to us any kind of way. How has that worked for them, folks? It has not. They have been run off the block. They've been stomped out. Some of us have trolled them. But by and large, we take their talking points, we debunk them, feed it right back to them, and then they have nothing. They go right back over to go argue with white liberal trolls. Because they know they come over here, we got questions that nobody's going to ask them. And most times they have no answers. Now, again, I gave Candace Owens her credit for going to the Revolt Summit and talking to Killer Mike. I gave her credit because that was hostile territory. And she went down there and she stood her ground. I get it. But do you think, saying Candace Owens sit there, you think she talked to you think she talked to Torian? Because Torian would ask her a question. You think she'd come here? She'd hate me after the first question. Black Alpha would ask her questions. Afro Elite would ask her questions. ZZ would ask her questions. Taisha Essex would ask her questions. Demetra K would ask her questions. Beatzilla would go in on her, then ask her questions if she didn't leave yet. But this is what the black conservatives do. They think we don't hear them. But we hear them. Most times we ignore them, but sometimes you got to take that pinky finger and break it one time. Just so they get the message. Hey, come here. Give me the thing.
Check.
Bye-bye. Go. And last but not least, folks, the right hand of white supremacy, the palm. Those are your collaborators. Those are the people who understand what white supremacy is, but work actively to work against us. People like, let's throw out some names of some collaborators. I'm going to go to the chat. Put in some names of some black female collaborators. I shall put one. Dun 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 dun. Y'all's Vivica Fox. Oh, she's a collaborator, folks. Let's see what Torian said. My first question would be about that check she received for the alleged racism she faced and when is she paying it back? Well, you know what? I haven't heard anybody say anything about that check, so I'm pretty sure she probably did pay it back. Or you know how white supremacy is. That was throwaway money. They threw it on her like a stripper. Oops. Send that to her. You got that check. They threw it on you like a stripper. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, Torian got one. That Amala Ekpenobi chick. She is a collaborator. I mean, no. Is she a collaborator? That's a very good question, Torian. That's a very good question. That chick is unique. She's unique because she's new. She's new. I think I would still put her with the pinkies. She's still new. I would put Brandon Tatum on there. He's moved from the pinky to the palm. He knows what white supremacy is, and he actively works for it. Brother Torian said Wanda Sykes. Wanda Sykes is a collaborator, yes. She moved herself into collaborator by saying that Will Smith comment. She moved over there. She's wanted to be a palm. She wanted to be part of the instrument that holds the fingers together. Oprah is a collaborator. Big one. Oprah and Gayle. They are collaborators. They know better. They know better. But that check is just too nice. It's just too nice. Maxine Waters. She's a collaborator. Well, yeah, she's a collaborator. She was close to being in the head and neck area, but especially since people been banging on her for the last 20 years, she moved down back to the right hand. He said linebacker built. God, dog. Oh, yeah, linebacker built. Yep. She's a collaborator. But how y'all feel about the chart so far? Let me get a little feedback. We're only 33% of the way there. Let me get some feedback. When I see, man, you like it? Cool. Can't wait to see the rest of the body. Yeah, well, 33% there, but yeah, we're gonna get there. All right, let's move to the 50% way. All right, before I click it, which body part you think I'm going for next? We got left the left hand, the chest area. We got the left foot and the right foot. What do you think is next? Brother Torian said the chest. Torian said the chest. All right. Let's see if Brother Torian is right. What the fuck? Oh, Jesus. Dun 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 dun. The left hand of white supremacy. Oh, the left hand. I know I was supposed to switch the image around. I forgot to do it. But yes, folks, we're going to do the left hand of white supremacy, his white woman. We all know about the white woman, folk. The standard of beauty on earth. That's what they call it. I've even heard some people say the most loyal woman on earth. Yeah, right. That's what they say. But let's begin. So I said the left thumb of white supremacy is suburbia. Your soccer moms. You know, you see them cheering at the games, the picnics, the school functions. But they always hide a sinister side. Ladies and gentlemen, shall we talk about the situation down here where that black woman went to that sleepover with all them white girls and disappeared? Still haven't found her body, by the way. Still haven't found her body. Yes, the housewives. They do the most. The housewives, you know, the ones that are always neglected. One's always getting divorced. The ones that they have made many a X-rated movie about sleeping with the plumber, delivery boy, their son's friend, their daughter's boyfriend, or the next door neighbor. But of course, that's okay for white supremacy. A little degeneracy on that side is okay. Because even with ancient proverbs, especially in Asia, the left hand is what they call it. It's frowned upon its use. Yes, I was about to say the pool boy. You're right, Torian. I forgot about the pool boy. Oh yeah, the pool boy. And sometimes if you're really desperate, you know, you get the mama with the football team. But we're not gonna go there. We're not gonna go there. We're not gonna go there. Or the stepson. Can't forget about the stepson. Can't forget that. Well, let's continue. The index finger, you know, the one you shoot the gun with. Again, those are your Karens, because the Karen has done a very masterful job of making white supremacy look bad. She has exposed, that finger has exposed white supremacy for what it is. We've seen the countless videos of Karens, the barbecue Karens, the lemonade stand Karens, the Karens on the train. We've seen the Karens on the airplane. We've seen the Karens in the supermarket. Everywhere you can think of. The fast food Karen. The Karen has become a problem for white supremacy. But unfortunately, since it's the index finger, white supremacy cannot get rid of it. Because if white supremacy gets rid of it, the hand look like this here. You can't fight black folks like this. So white supremacy tolerates the Karen. Now, if the Karen was down here, he would, of course, gotten rid of it a long time ago. And yes, please like, share, and share, like, and subscribe. That's right, share, like, and subscribe, because I'm not like other YouTubers. I'm different. But let's continue. Just like the right hand of white supremacy's middle finger are feminists, the left hand of white supremacy's middle finger is the white feminist. And I'm putting up my two fingers because this is my FU to them. Both. But yes, the white feminist. Miss, I want a career. I don't want to sit home. Fair. That's fair. You want a career, you don't want to be Holly Housewife. That's fair. We finna go outside in March. Okay. 60s were the time to march. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. You want a career, go get that. You want to establish yourself in America and the world, be my guest. Here's where y'all fucked up at. Y'all fucked up by bringing in the black women with it. And then not only leaving them out to dry, but you left them enough of a, I can't say the M word because they'll flag it, but you left them enough of a manual to continue second wave feminism, third wave feminism, fourth wave feminism, which is what we're in right now. We're pretty soon going to be up to fifth wave feminism. And I plan to do a show about that because I need to warn y'all about fifth wave feminism. And you're not going to like what I found out about fifth wave feminism. But those are the ones you see, like the pussy wearing posse, pussy hat wearing posse. Triggly Puff. We all remember Triggly Puff. Do y'all remember Triggly Puff? Let me see if y'all remember Triggly Puff. Now the internet ran Triggly Puff off the block. But Triggly Puff was the embodiment of the typical white feminist. So I'm going to play a quick video of Triggly Puff, and then we'll get back to the chart. Now, this was with the white supremacists over there in Turning Point USA. They went to the college when they were still doing college tours, and campus reform. But you know how they do, folks. They didn't care. They asked their questions. They were trying to have dialogue, and Triggly Puff showed up.
Calm down, young lady.
One more disruption and we'd have to ask you to leave the venue.
My free speech!
No, they're not. You have to obey the rules of the venue.
But this is free speech if you're so concerned.
Not free
Please keep your comments. Please keep your comments to the Q&A section.
Keep your hate speech out of this campus.
Keep your hate speech out of this campus! Keep your hate speech out of this campus! Keep your hate speech out of this campus! Utter madness. You're not welcome here! Stop talking to us like children! You're not welcome here! Stop acting like a child.
Whoa. I did not know there was going to be music at the end. Okay. But yes. Torian, leave him alone. Leave him alone. I don't remember seeing this, and as big as she is, I would be able to spot her from the freeway. Oh, yeah. This was 2016? Yeah, I think it was like 2016 and 2017. But yeah, Brother Torian, they ran her off the internet. She became a meme. They were talking about making a cartoon out of her. They ran this chick off the block, bro. I won't be surprised if one of these liberal online publications finds her in a couple years and do a retrospective, like they did with Steve Bartman. But yeah. Back to the chart. Brother Torian, you know you got to be accepting of everybody. But anyway, let's go. We get to the ring finger, folks. You know, marriage and all that. White supremacy is married to that white liberal. That white female liberal is among the worst people on this planet. That's the one who runs around and says she's accepting of everybody. She has friends of all nationalities, creeds, and colors. But let a dude that she likes, like one of her friends, the racial slurs come out quick, fast, and in a hurry. What Nikki say? We shouldn't have to be accepting of everybody, though. You don't have to. That's your choice. But we know white liberals love to do that, especially when they come to the big cities. They love being accepting of everybody because they want to fit in. But the white liberals find themselves a white supremacist and practice their liberalism, which automatically means that they're a racist. That's right, I said it. So you white liberals get upset if you want to. I don't give a damn. I believe white liberals, especially the females are the worst liberals on the worst racists on the planet. Because they think they take a black man to bed, they're not racist. Yeah, okay. Oh, you married an Asian man, you're not a racist? Yeah, okay. You married a Hispanic man? Okay. That's great. Have fun. You're still a racist. Oh, you got with a black conservative? And now you're all of a sudden a black conservative, a white conservative? Yeah. And especially the other main reason is of me putting them on the ring finger is because they can switch. Depending on who they marry in white supremacy, they can stay a white liberal or they can be a white conservative. There's no difference between them. Not a one. Because when it's anybody else that's not white, it's a problem. But let's continue. End it off. The pinky. The pinky is I donate to black organizations. That's the you can't judge me crowd. That's the ones that gave all that money to Black Lives Matter. Doesn't matter if you're a liberal, Democrat, Republican, or conservative. I donated to Black Lives Matter because black people are just, they're in such trouble that I just need to treat them like those old infomercials for those kids in Africa. So I'll just send them money. Oh, the United Negro College Fund. Oh. Thad, please don't give them the coins from the change. Come on, you could put $1 in. Come on. We can write it off later. Come on. Oh, look at those homeless black veterans on the street. Oh my God, that's so tragic. Hey, do you have are you gonna eat the rest of that bagel? I think we should give it to him. Here you go, sir. I hope this will help. That's them. Well, let's end it off with this. The palm. I have black female friends who let me touch their hair. I don't think I have to explain that. That's that supremacist explaining. I have black female friends who let me touch their hair. If you need a perfect example of this, go watch when Harris Faulkner on Fox News is doing a segment on a show, and look who she's with. Is she with another black woman? Nope. But let's continue. Where do you think we're going next, folks? Where do you think we're going next? Nikki choosing violence. I would haul off and slap the F out of them for trying to pet me like a damn dog. Oh no, they don't pet. I've noticed now white women change their move now. They don't pet them like a dog. They get the 2-hand Birdman rub it on the hair. I be watching them. We still got a lot of coons out there that allow them. I swear to God, I think white women do it because I think they try to take y'all's whatever y'all use in your hair. I think they try to use it, try to get one side right, and don't work. Shout out to white women. You guys are fodder. Shout out to y'all. But let's continue, folks. We're going to move on. We're going to go to the right foot of white supremacy, folks. The right foot. The off-code black man. The bootlicks, if you will. Oh, yes. I did that because they represent Toby from the Roots. He's a problem, folks. The off-code black man is a problem. He's a problem because he has to carry white supremacy. It's his job. His side, his foot, takes most of the strain of white supremacy. If that right foot fails, white supremacy falls down. But here we go. The big toe. That's all your death rappers. That's all the drill rappers, the gangster rappers, all of them. Why do I say that? Because the big toe is the stability of the foot. Don't believe me? Name me the last positive rapper they propped up. Please name them from me. Who got the same? Name me the positive rapper who is at 9 figures selling albums. Please tell me. And they did it in a short amount of time. Please tell me. There's not too many. And most times it took them decades to get to that point. PGH Big Dog said there's none. I mean, if you want to say Will Smith, okay, but Herschel Walker ain't no rapper, even though he be talking shit. He ain't no rapper. We gonna get to the black conservatives. Hold on, guys. We gonna get there. But yeah, the death rappers. They are the big toe. They stabilize white supremacy because they have so much influence over our children and our young people that it's going to take at least a generation to eclipse that. Jay-Z, you can put on that list. Luke, yep. PHB Big Dog said Kendrick. I'll say this with Kendrick. Kendrick, for the most part, is positive. But his problem is, as great as he is, his music, it alienates people. He's fallen under what we would call the Lupe Fiasco syndrome. The brother's got talent, but for some reason he can't get out of his own way. Like, he won't push that trigger. Like, you could listen to his stuff and say, okay, for the most part, it's positive. But he just won't go over the hump because he wants to make sure that he doesn't get canceled. Nas. I don't know if Nas sold 100 million yet. He might have. I'm not sure. But then again, is Nas really a positive rapper? I mean, that could be a debate. That's actually an interesting debate. That might be a good show to have too. Let's name the positive and negative. Let's see who the positive rappers are and the negative rappers. But Nas, I might have to deep dive into that. But yeah, let's move on. The second toe, your drug dealers. We know this. Now, a drug dealer has been minimized a lot over the last 20 years, in my opinion. Nas has only sold 25 million Royal Ride. Well, there you go. And he also started in the late 80s, early 90s, where you had to go buy the music. Nobody's really checking for Nas now, but again, I think the bigger question is he considered a positive rapper? Again, we could have that conversation one day, but back to these drug dealers. The drug dealer has been minimized over the last 20 years. There's no Nicky Barnes. There's no Frank Lucas. There's no Rick Ross, whatever. There's no Bumpy Johnsons. Those guys just don't exist anymore. But the drug dealer, the image of the drug dealer is still prevalent in our black society, still there. And for some reason, we can't get away from it. The rappers come in, they promote that image along with the sex and the violence. They always say, when you watch a rap album or you listen to a rap album or you watch a rap video, what's in there? Death, sex, drugs, sex, and violence. It's ingrained in us, and we have to figure a way to do a transfusion and get that out. But let's continue. The middle toe. The black conservatives. The Brandon Tatums, if you will. Austin Chang, you Nigerian coon up in Michigan. Jesse Lee Peterson. Larry Elder. Which is funny as hell that after he lost that race, he's just basically been irrelevant. Give me some more black male conservatives. Damn. Why am I brain farting? I should know all these assholes. Jesus. Oh my God, I'm brain farting. But you know who I'm talking about. The black conservatives. Those jokers. They tout the white supremacist talking points, but then when it's time to do, they get together with everybody else and kick B1 society in the butt for white supremacy. And then go back in Massa gives them the thumbs up and they dance a jig. But that they've been run off the block as well. Now the fourth toe. Your tethers, your coons, your boule, and your agents. I put them as the fourth toe, folks, because yes, us in B1 society, we're aware of them. But they're minuscule in the grand scheme of things for white supremacy because we've done such a great job of running them off the block and diminishing their talking points. You know, people like my son and them, yeah, I'm going to take shots because he run with Tamika Mallory. He know better. He knows better. Exactly, Nikki. They don't have as much power. We made sure to diminish their power. Shout out to Torian. Shout out to Professor Black Truth. Shout out to Tariq. Shout out to Jason Black. Shout out to the rest of us, the new Black Meaner. We've diminished the power the coon has. Because you got to remember, the coon had a lot of power under Obama. A lot of people don't want to admit that. The coons had a lot of power. Because the coons got covered by that Obama shroud. Because remember, you couldn't say anything bad about black folks during the Obama administration. Couldn't do that. You would get ran off the block. But the worst thing that happened to them coons was Hillary not getting in. Because I swear to God, if the coons would have got in, the coons would have been running the yard. You couldn't tell them coons nothing. But the advent of Trump getting in, the coons got exposed because Trump was not going to protect coons. We knew this. Unless he met them. And even then, he still really didn't protect them. Because we all know what happened with Diamond and Silk. I think they renounced Trump. I could be wrong. But I don't see them wearing no MAGA hats right now. We saw what happened. Well, I know they're female, but still. I mean, you got David Harris. I mean, he's still, he could take a picture with Trump and Trump shot him out. But it is what it is. But like I said, Trump did not protect them coons like people thought he was. They wore the red hats. He was like, oh, look, look at that my African American over there. Yes, ma'am. They were never taken serious because we call out the coons. Yep, I never got them. I was like, oh, these are some shock divas. All right, go ahead, do your thing. They got their million subscribers. Shout out to them. But like I said, Trump saw all them coons with the red MAGA hats on. He was like, oh, that's a look at all my African Americans there. And then he just moved them out the way so he get to people he really wanted to talk to. His base, his real base. The quote unquote marginalized white folk. Who are still part of white supremacy. But then you got the tethers. Enough said. Torian can attest to it. Beatzilla, Afro, myself, Black Alpha. We're fielding these fools. Nas Escobar. We're fielding these fools every day. These tethers come outside. They think they're the greatest thing since sliced bread. No, sir. Because we could pull up a video of your homeland and we just put that on the Jumbotron. You ain't talking big. Then you get the trolling. That ain't gonna work. FBAs, they roast way better than any of us Caribbeans can. Or Africans. And the agents. We all know our agents. The Clyburns, the goddamn Al Sharptons, Jesse, Sean King, even though he ain't black. But I consider him an agent because he tried to play black. Roland. Van Jones. Don Lemon. And Don Lemon was egregious with it because he was talking real pro-black in 2014. As soon as Trump get in, now all of a sudden he an agent. He want to act like he for us. But he down there, I'm not even going to say that. Y'all just look up Don Lemon in the Hamptons. I ain't going to say nothing else. We going to leave that alone. Now the Pinky. The Negro Whisperer. That worthless pastor. That worthless deacon. The worthless elders. Even you usher niggas who will be passing around the collection plate, y'all are part of this. Because you have taken that slave manual, aka the Bible, and indoctrinated our people for white supremacy to keep us docile. And then you wonder why your church is 70% women and children. Because you know, if you had more men in there, we'd start asking questions. Notice, hey, ask whoever is really Christian in your family when you go to Bible studies, ask them how many men are in there. Besides who's leading the service, if it is a man. Ask them how many men are sitting there. Then ask them, are you married? And is your wife with you? Guarantee you ain't gonna find too many. We peep that game. A pastor is nothing but a pimp that's making illegal money. And you can send that to your favorite pastor. That shine down here, Jamal Bryant, who lied to his congregation about getting a woman pregnant. Then he was about to get called out when they asked for a DNA test, and he finally admitted it. Gone. Do I have to play the Eddie Long video? Where they crowned that man king after he was caught having his way with young boys. Do I have to play that video where they crowned him king and put him on that chair and led him around on the stage and everybody in there clapping like the coons they are? Do I have to go all the way to Africa and show them over there? Do I have to do that? We don't have to point out the failures of the black church. We all know it. I've done shows on it. But they represent the pinky. Because white supremacy knows they're necessary, but they're not needed. You could still walk with a pinky toe, without a pinky toe. Look at Vera from Harlem Nights. But let's end it off. The right palm, the right foot palm. The infiltrators. The ones that talk good. The one that white supremacy sends out to act like they're for us. Now remember, back in the day, we weren't checking paperwork. We consider that a violation. So we let a lot of things slide, a lot. But then we got hip. We were like, let's start checking paperwork. Then your paperwork came up dirty. You got to go. Your voice will not be tolerated. And if you do come in and try to spit game, we gonna ask questions after you done spit your game. Negroes were taking notes. You can see a lot of infiltrators on Twitter right now. We're not going to name names on this. But let's continue. We got two more. Do we have two more? No, we got one. No, two more. Two more. Dun 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 dun. You know I got to get the white man. You know I had to get the white man. The white man does not escape this criticism. He does not escape this critique. The white man. The white man is the left foot of white supremacy. He is the other anchor of white supremacy. Without him, white supremacy cannot run full speed. The big toe of the left foot of white supremacy which I alluded to earlier, is your white liberal and your white conservatives. Yes, they share the big toe, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, they do. For one simple reason, folks. That moniker is interchangeable. And they can blame the black conservative for that. See, the white liberal can run around here and act like they're for everybody. All they need is that one moment, that one irrefutable moment where they wake up and realize being a white liberal is not the wave. And they become a white conservative and get all the money, all the power, all the riches. Shout out to Steven Crowder. Shout out to a lot of people in the walk away movement. And I respect what that man's done, but we're not going to act like a lot of those white people were not white liberals before they became conservative. That's usually how the game goes. Hell, I went through that as well. But here's the difference with me. Being black, you're already somewhat inherently conservative. Most of our families are conservative. We chalk up to being a black liberal as a, what they call it, a rebel phase. We get enamored with what goes on outside. We don't know no better. You know us. We don't listen to our parents. But then when we get into this world, we realize, damn, they was right. You either got to be in the middle with it, or you got to understand that you got to have some morals. And we know white conservatives and white liberals, they have their morals, yes, but those can be interchanged. One day a white liberal can be pro-choice, and tomorrow, if they watch an abortion video, they become a conservative. And they say sorry. A white liberal could be like, oh, George Floyd, he wouldn't, I can't believe the cops would do that. Then they get to listen, they start hearing what people like Steven Crowder and Ben Shapiro say, and then their white gray matter starts turning, and then they say, you know what? I didn't realize that. Okay. You know what? Maybe I have to look at this from a different angle. And then they become a white conservative. Hell, look what they did. You know how many white liberals turned after Kyle Rittenhouse and became conservatives or moderates? But it is Black Voltron. I'm saying that again. You would be shocked to see how many white liberals turned into white conservatives after Kyle Rittenhouse. Just because they saw what the news wanted them to see. They wanted to see a white guy being accosted. And his only way out was to defend himself. Because remember, the white liberal like to tell you, listen, if you're in a situation like that, just give them what they want. They think appeasing the enemy is going to just keep the enemy away. No, that makes you a target. The conservatives don't want you to be a target. They tell you to deal with it. So after that whole Kyle Rittenhouse thing happened, they were like, oh, so we can be attacked at any time. All right. I kind of understand what they're saying now. they slowly become a white conservative. But they don't want to admit that they're a white conservative, so they use one of their lefty talking points to say that they're in the middle, because they don't want to fully cross over. But yes, that's the big toe, folks. Your white liberals and your white conservatives. They're interchangeable. The second toe is the alt-right. You know, the redheaded stepchild. The one that gets to, they want to be, they are white liberal or conservative, but they will never admit it out loud. They don't want to be seen. So they try to keep as close to the left big toe as they can. You think Richard Spencer want to come outside and say himself from white conservatives? All them white conservatives would disown him like that. So he got to operate on his own. Jared Taylor too. The middle toe, the racist white man, got to be the anchor. Well, the middle man. That's what I meant. The middle man of the left foot. We don't have to say too much more about that. The fourth toe, the enablers of degeneracy. We know white supremacy, again, they love degeneracy. They love to make sure the world is off kilter so they can look like the baby face. Which is why they're letting all these things happen out here. Because there's more money in degeneracy than prosperity. Remember, everybody made a big stink 6 months ago about, you know, the trans athletes in the high schools. Funny thing, where is Leah Thomas, folks? Notice how they stopped talking about her. Remember, she was the hot story for at least 3 months. Why did they stop all of a sudden? Got to ask yourself these questions. She outlived her usefulness. They're trying to see who the next person up is. They've gone back over to the black side and got that Laverne Cox person. They gave her her own Ken doll, her own Barbie doll. Now they're going to start propping her up. They don't want to tell you that the white trans movement is not profitable because so many people have pushed back against it. The fact that they started going off of kids was the wrong move. They don't care if an 18-year-old becomes trans. They could care less. That's your life. When you try and tell a 3-year-old that they're the opposite sex, they're not going for that. That's why all these teachers are getting fired for coming out to their kids talking about, oh, I'm trans, I'm this, that, and the third. They're getting fired. Our master teachers have always told us white supremacy breaks their tools. White supremacy can survive without a fourth toe. And if it has to break it to keep moving, it will break it. Then the pinky is their offspring. The smallest person on there, but just as dangerous. Now, I know I said before that without the pinky toe, you could still move. But with the white man, that'll be more of a noticeable limp. The offspring need to keep going. He needs to keep white supremacy going. They know this. So they'll protect their offspring all day, every day. And then, of course, the palm of the foot of the cops. That's the first thing they love putting on us when they want to deal with us. Always love to put that foot. They want us underneath them. And last but not least, the upper body, the chest area, if you will. I will play that in a second, Black Voltron. Thank you. I'll play that at the end. Yes, the 14 words of white supremacy. But the upper body, folks. Why lawyers the nipples? I will explain why. You're going too fast, Nikki. You're going too fast. The upper body. This is where all the vital organs for white supremacy reside. The sternum are the mayors. We all know the sternum is this. The breastplate. The mayors run these cities, and they know that if you can break mayors, you could basically attack white supremacy on a ground level. I liken it to a foundation. I liken it to a foundation. The abdomen are the police chiefs. They're the ones that everybody likes to flex. And we all know abdomens, especially abs, they don't move. These police commissioners never move. They like to be that force. They look good, but it takes work to get to that point. You basically have to break them down and build them back up. LA Science, easy with that comment, brother. Easy with, or sister, easy with that comment. I would love to put it on the screen, but you're going to have to reword that. Because those three words right there, the N, the W word, and the O word, I can't put that on the screen. We will get in trouble. But let's continue. The lungs are your judges, folks. They breathe life into white supremacy. They are responsible for white supremacy circulating what they do. Without them upholding the white supremacist rules and laws, white supremacy does not flourish in this country or around the world. We know this. Salute to you. LA Science, salute to you. But yes, the judges are lungs. And for Sister Nikki, yes, the nipples are the lawyers. There's no reason for that. I just put that there. No, I'm fucking around. No, there is a reason why I said the lawyers are the nipples. Black Voltron was what happened? What I do? What I do? Did I do something? You said really? What did I do? Oh, maybe because I said I was fucking around. No, there's a reason why I put the lawyers as the nipples. I put the lawyers as nipples because they have to be coerced. They have to coerce white supremacy. They have. Oh, you're talking about that? Yes, Black Voltron. I mean, especially with what's been going on in the last couple of years. Yeah, you got to be careful on the words you say. Like, imagine if I was doing a wrestling video and I said those 3 letters, they would screw with my views. So that's why I say, that's why when you see some of my videos, especially when I talk about, you know, the situation that we're in with that sickness, that's why I call it coffee venereal disease, and that's why I call it the Bell Biv DeVoe, to throw the algorithm off. Yes, Nikki, they will censor you if you talk about that stuff. I know a channel, Unplugged Free Your Mind, they got their channel terminated because they were talking about that stuff and they had to redo it. So yeah, it's a world out here. But yes, the nipples are the lawyers because they are the correct, they need to be, that's part of the foreplay, folks. We know that's part of the foreplay. That's what tickles white supremacy. Because they get to go outside and they get to, once you take that shirt off and they expose themselves, that's the first place y'all gonna go. They are the lifeblood for the baby white supremacists. Kyle Rittenhouse is a perfect example. Between that judge and his lawyer, they got that sycophant off. Dylan Roof's lawyer, I don't know how the hell he's pulling this off, but that kid should be on the electric. He should be in the electric chair right now. But this is what they do. Look at what they're doing with these DAs. Letting people go. You can commit a murder and you can go home. Where they do that at? Unless you're black. So I said the heart of white supremacy are your progressive groups, your BLMs, your Antifas, your, for a lack of a better term, your ADLs. Black Voltron, let me hip y'all, before I finish this off, let me hip y'all to something. Black folks, if y'all gonna do, y'all gotta understand, you can't even say black anymore. And shout out to Taisha Estes, because she put me onto this last year. Now, if y'all remember, she was doing content and she was getting views in the thousands on one of her videos. Like she was hitting her stride. All of a sudden, she told me she put black in one of her titles, and her view count just every video after that just started going down. She even told me you couldn't even put black not only in the title, you couldn't put it as a tag word. That's how bad it's gotten. Which is why now you're seeing people, even that coon Jesse Lee Peterson figured it out. You have to put the empress, you have to put the @ sign when you write black. That's how bad it's gotten. Look, even in my title, when I wrote white supremacy, I had to put a Y. or they would shut the views down. This should also scare you. They figured out B1. I'm going to say that again. They figured out B1. You can't even put the hashtag with B1 anymore. I was going to put B1 in the title. I couldn't even put that there. I had to put the B1 over everyone just to throw the algorithm off. That's how bad it's gotten on YouTube. Yes, sir. Big, humongous B1 salute to Taisha Essex. But I'll answer your question, Nikki. You don't know how he's pulling it off. Dylan Roof is a symbol of white supremacy and is being used to make a statement. I know. But I'm more interested in how his lawyer is making sure he doesn't sit down. Like, they haven't even publicly put out a trial yet. It's been damn near 8 years. Now, I could be wrong. He might have had his trial, whatever. But that boy in the South should be doing, he should be in an electric chair right now. Okay, so he was convicted. Okay. He has 9 life sentences. He should be dead. They have him on death row, but he should be dead. I'm going to get the video flagged now because I said that. But of course, the Supreme Court might hear his appeal based on mental health. You think we would get that luxury? Nope. All right, Live Voltron, I will start doing that from now on. But let's finish off. So the back is your socialist donors. That's your sorry man and your go woke, go broke corporations who fund these idiots to go outside. Including Rock Nation. Shout out to Tamika Mallory. Oh no, my videos are always backed up. I always back up my videos. Always. Always. They not getting me. But anyway, yeah. So your socialist donors are the backbone, the back of white supremacy. The muscles in the chest are your lobbyists in Washington because they are the movers and shakers. They are the power brokers. They're the ones who say how this country moves, how these politicians move. On Afro's channel yesterday, I sent him a few links of these politicians with bills on the floor in Congress. If y'all want, go to govtrack.us and just search for a term. I searched school and the G word. You'd be amazed on what you find there. That's all I'm going to say on that. And last but not least, hair, your chest hair, including some of you ladies. Y'all got chest hair. Those are your trolls. They are ugly to look at. And being that they're ugly to look at, you want to roast them. But you end up focusing on the chest hair. And you get distracted. I'm glad you don't, Nikki. I am glad you don't have chest hair. And folk, That is the end of the white supremacy chart made by Kid Gravity. So I would appreciate some feedback. So we're going to do it like this. My best Jason Black. The Restream line is now open. I ain't got no phone number. I just got a link, but it got too many letters in it. I ain't fixing to say all of them. If you would like to come up and ask questions about this chart, the link is pinned up in the top. I'll bring you on. We have a conversation about it. And then we'll see how it goes. And then I'll be up out of here and get ready for a Torian stream. And then mentally wind down because I got to go back on the plantation tomorrow. It's been a good mini vacation I had since Wednesday. Even though I had to go to the dentist today and get a cap because I had a cavity, which is pissing me off. But I had to do this for y'all. So like I said, the Restream link is open. It's right there at the top. You want to come in and speak, bring you on, we could chop it up. But folk, especially when I saw the right foot when I did it, it hurt my heart. It did, because we as black men should be better than this. But this is how I felt. When I see y'all bootlicking like that, not cool. Part of me dies inside. It just does. Y'all know better than this. I am goofy. Yes, I am. It's what I do. It sucks. Y'all will never get it. Y'all will never get it. No, you'll get it before. You'll get it before we come laugh at you, because they've already broken you. But yes, Black Voltron wrote the 14 words of white supremacy. The bat signal for what for white nationalists. I bet you if I put that in, I bet you if I was who I am, I go. If I go to Stormfront and put that in there, they get the buck in their eyes. I bet you they're probably saying it over there in Ukraine. Speaking of Ukraine, folks, since they are right now the epicenter of white supremacy, I wonder if you guys saw this the other day in the wake of that Buffalo fiasco. Now, the scumbags try to say it was fake. You know, them white liberals try to say it was fake. We know better, folks. We do our research here. Came to find out this is true. So very true. Folk, this is how they felt about what happened. This is how they felt. That's the cocksucker Chauvin. That ain't what I'm trying to show you. I'm trying to show you in a circle. Y'all see what that says? Y'all see what that says, right, folk? Wait, no, y'all don't. Hang on. Let me close this. We gonna get the other one. We gonna get the other one. We gonna get this one. I want y'all to see this. What that say, folks? During a Ukrainian soccer game, this is the sign they put up. I don't even know if I can zoom in. Let me see if I can zoom in. What that say, folks? That says free Derek Chauvin. Hashtag free Derek Chauvin. I'm putting it in the chat. That's what it says, folks. He is God to them. They hate us because they can't be us. That's what it is, folks. That's what it is. But you know what I say. Y'all know what I say. We got to go back to the yellow. You know what I say, folks, when they say some stupid shit like that.
Brody, look! Niggas be wildin'!
That's cool. We've got politicians that don't like us who say stupid shit like this.
Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No.
No. They don't like us. Nikki's right. They don't like us. They'd rather we be like this. All day, every day. This is their wet dream. And as we're doing what we're doing, just trying to live our life, they wanted to go back to this.
What's wrong with y'all niggas? What's wrong with you?
They would love to bring the N-word back into the public again. I hope that chart helps. I hope it helps. Like I said, if you want the chart, let me know. I will email it to you. You can use it, show your friends. Show your family. Show them off-code niggas. Put it in the Jumbotron of y'all spaces. Let niggas understand what is going on out here in these streets. Because I think people don't understand how deep this goes. Yes, the churches and the pastors are problematic. That's why they are on the left hand ring finger of white supremacy. What's that y'all said?
Sir, this nigga spitting. Damn, nigga.
I appreciate that, folks. Thank you. Boost my ego some more. Boost my ego again. Know what? Boost my ego again.
Sir,
Oh man. So before I get up out of here, folks, thank y'all for getting me over 600. I appreciate it. The push for 1,000 continues. It's going to be a harder road, but it's going to be satisfying. It's going to be satisfying. We're all in this together. It's tough out here. As a content creator, you're trying to mix up your content. You don't want to stay in one bag. I mean, it's easy for me. I could have just done a whole gossip channel. And I'd probably be in the thousands right now. I don't want to do that. I could be like this here. I could just coon all day. Talk about you niggas. Bring up Chicago every 10 minutes. I could do that. I get thousands of views. But what purpose does that serve? That's for Nikki. I could do that. Then I show up in y'all spaces and y'all read me the riot act. I could be like this here. Squid says I have a list of questions. The link is in the chat. If you have questions, you can come up. I could be like this here and support the cops. I could do that. I get thousands of views. But what does that serve? That'll get me told. Authenticity. That's the key. Got to be authentic. I told you I used to be a coon. It sucked. I got nowhere. Oh, you've met Sheriff Clark? That man don't want to meet me. He don't want to meet me. I got questions. I'm sure he loves himself a white woman. I'm sure he does. Because to him, white women are safe. Unless they look like Amber Geiger. Then they're not safe. Or the chick down in Florida who killed Christian Obinselli. Then they're not safe no more. Which sucks. Squid, there you go. Have you ever met a black man named Peter? Yes. And if you start trolling, I kick you out. I do know a black man named Peter. I've known two. Next question. Please don't start trolling. You start trolling, you might get roasted. I have a cap on my tooth. I am not in a happy mood right now. So ask your questions. Ask your questions very, very carefully. I'm sure Derek. Oh, so he just frolicking through the park. All right, say less. I wonder, with him frolicking through the park, is he going to encounter a white woman who is walking her dog without a leash? Will he say something? Oh, my New York people know what I'm talking about. By the way, folk, That was another one of my videos that got disliked to hell. Okay, let's see. What did Squid say? Hey, Squid, you can just come up and ask me these questions instead of typing. Do you believe we're experiencing a political, social, economic coup in America? It's all three. This is why white supremacy is so diabolical. They take both sides of the argument. They have their finger on everything. If it was just political, people could just not even deal with it. As you have seen in American society, most people just don't even get it. They don't even really engage in politics until it's time to do elections. Socially, we have individuals out here who are influencers and who can sway people's opinions. And they have millions of followers, hundreds of thousands of followers. That's a very powerful tool. Economically, the government has the power. Unlike they like to tell you that they don't, but they have the power to, on a drop of a dime, change how people live. And most times you wouldn't even know about it until it's too late. Biden and all these politicians can end U.S. hunger today. They could end homelessness today. They just canceled $48 billion for the restaurant industry in this country, but yet send another $30 billion over to Ukraine. America prints money every day. We can't run out of money. Now, the value can fluctuate, but we'll never run out of money. But the worst thing a government can have is people that don't rely on it. Remember, 3 years ago, 2019, black wealth was the highest it's ever been in this country. Because the government said, okay, we understand that people will spend money if they have it. Not out of a necessity, but because they'll have a lot of discretionary income. Let's massage them so they can go out and buy it. Whatever they want. Hell, that's how they suckered women back in the early 2000s, folks. Notice, when we grew up, you would see the department store commercials. You would see the feminine product commercials. But what else did you see, folks? You saw your beer commercials. You saw car commercials, especially the trucks. You saw men's commercials. You saw balance because everybody had money. When the 2000s came around, what did they start doing? All these focus groups and all these companies started saying, okay, you know what? Women's money is getting up there. The men are for somewhat, they're still making money, but they're kind of stagnant. We know women spend money. So let's start catering our commercials to them. So what ended up happening? You start seeing same car commercials, them same department store commercials, electronics commercials, all these commercials come out of nowhere. Okay, that's fine. That's your advertising dollars. That's all good. But what did you end up seeing, folks? You start seeing more women into it. You start seeing women driving more cars. You start seeing women shopping more. Women basically buying things for the entire house. And they're showing this. Showing women alone. That's a psychological move. 70% of commercials today are geared towards women. It's starting to ease up now, but for a good 20 years, that's how it was. Because I'm sorry, females that are in the audience, they know y'all dumb when it comes to spending money. If you have it in your pocket, you're going to spend it. So they redesigned all these cars to make it look more feminine. They redesigned all their commercials to be more catered to women. They knew what they were doing. They started taking off the cigarette commercials, the beer commercials, the men's department commercials, everything. They don't even really do shaving commercials anymore. Old Spice, I don't know what they're doing, but they must be spending, they must be overpaying for those spots. Let's see. Again, you could just come up and ask these questions. There you go, a lot faster. If the government gives stimulus payments of $1,000, most people would spend that on, for example, a new home entertainment system for $3,000 and put the $2,000. I think your math is off. If the government gives stimulus payment of $1,000, most people would spend that on, for example, a new home entertainment system for $3,000. Put the $2,000 balance on credit card. Oh, no, not now, because they're throwing people out. Most times when people get these stimulus checks, they're putting it towards bills. They basically don't even see it. That's why this child tax credit that just passed was so important for people. They took that money to pay bills. See, they set it up where the money that they're giving out was a necessity. They're getting it right back. Most people did not have the option to save that money. Most marketing today is either targeting or pandering to blacks. Half that. It's only pandering to black women. But it's mostly women. But if we're going to keep it black, it's mostly women. They're not these focus groups are not targeting black men. See, what black men have done, we've gone underground with our spending. Notice they don't even advertise men's sneakers anymore. They're not targeting black men. Since they have this stereotype of black women with the money and controlling the household, your best bet is to make sure you pander to that group. That legendary Lexus commercial with the mixed chick and her white husband or boyfriend, whatever it is, where he had to keep going back and forth to the store because he forgot something. That was catered to black women. All these car commercials, go look. Most times it's a black woman driving that car. They know, you're right, they know what they're doing. But it's not for black empowerment. It's for black economic fracturing. Because they know most times men save their money. Yeah, we might ball out every now and again, but most times we are saving our money. Because we know what's not going to happen. Something might happen. And we don't want to go outside and look like we begging. That's how diabolical white supremacy is. But now if you have that paycheck with just a woman, most of that's gone towards bills and luxuries. Which is why if you go on GoFundMe, when it used to be in its heyday, when people were asking for funerals, who was always the ones going out there putting those up? Wasn't us. Black men dress nicer than most white men, especially professionally. Yeah, but they're not going to put us in suit commercials. Hell, when they did that walkthrough with all those black men in the suits in L.A., who gave us the most backlash? Advertising is very dangerous. Social media is very dangerous. So that first question you asked, political, economic, or social coup, it's everything. And the quicker we know that and teach that, the quicker we can get out of it. But I'm going to end it off, folks. Finish up cooking before Torian stream. I appreciate y'all coming through. Midday, I usually don't do it. I usually try to do mine at night, but midday was cool. Appreciate it. Good show. Yeah, appreciate it. So, like I said, share this out. Send it to your friends. Make sure they come over so we get to 1,000. Get those watch hours up so I can monetize and we can really do some fantastic shows. I still, for a lot of those who don't know, I had it set up that I wanted to do a game show. So I'm thinking about doing that. I'd probably do that during the summer. We do a game show. Let's go enjoy the weekend. Yes, I was going to end off with that. Yes, it is Memorial Day weekend. The unofficial start to summer. All the fallen soldiers, yes. Salute to them, especially the Red Tails, the Harlem Hellfighters, and all our infantrymen and women who share our medal in it. They fought and died for this country. We need to honor them. Curious to see what Kamal's message is going to be this year since she fumbled it last year. I think her handlers told her, you better not go outside and say something stupid like you did last year. Papa Hotep. No, it's cool, brother. You can go back and replay it. Spike the views. Send it out to your people. But yes, folks. Y'all take care. Stay safe. Watch your 12-3-6-9.